Hello, this is the last lecture of this course in this semester. And today I am recording this video using a different tool. It is previously in the previous lectures I used a program called OBS Studio, but now I'm using the built-in recording function in the PowerPoint. So we'll see how it works, and I will try things like this. Okay, so today we are going to review the final. Oh, it's nice. It's nice to have something like this. Okay, first, we have a very tight schedule. So homework 5 is due on Tuesday, and 6 due on Wednesday, 7 due on Thursday. But you cannot you don't complain because homework 5 has been available for more than 2 weeks. So the reason why they are packed here is because I gave you a long time to do the homework. So you could do it earlier, and also I announced the schedule earlier. So please do not complain and um, manage your schedule flexibly but ahead. So you have to keep the date, of course. And the final exam will start from Thursday noon. So homework 7 is due on homework 7 is due what it does not homework 7 is due on Thursday. I want to write it here. Thursday. So let me see. Thursday. The final exam will start at Thursday at noon. I am I'm trying to use the pen, how it works, and the final exam you should submit your answer by Friday. So you have 36 hours. You have a total of 36 hours. You may submit any time during the 36 hours, and so I do not accept any excuses because you have enough time, 36 hours, and I don't have time. So I have to submit my grade due Wednesday. So considering the Saturday and Sunday, uh, I have to take care of my son, and I need to visit my son's kindergarten. He's entering kindergarten next fall. So I think I cannot do anything on the weekend. So I have only 2 days and to grade yours. And also I'm teaching another course. So it is really tough to make this due date. I'm declaring my policy absolutely no late submissions at all. I'm not going to accept any answers submitted after the due date, the midnight Friday. So they midnight Friday, May 14th. It's it's because I cannot make the due date. If I start to accept late submissions, I will not make my own due date. So to keep the due date, I will stick to this policy uh, very stubbornly. So no excuse is accepted, and the only way to get an excuse for this matter is to see the Office of Undergrad Education. So I'm strongly forcing you to keep the due dates on time. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee uh, if I can reflect your homework and your final exam in the final grading, right? And the chapters. The final exam will include all the chapters we considered in this semester. So chapter 4, I'm not going to consider the first two chapters. The first chapters are about review of statistics and probabilities. So suppose that they are just reviews and our main content started from chapter 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we considered these 4 chapters for the midterm exam, and we added 3 more chapters after the midterm exam. So all of them are covered in the final exam. However, as you may already know that there is very little difference. So to understand these guys, you need to understand the earlier chapters. Yeah, it's fun to write something on the slide. I'm enjoying the pen. Anyhow, so and it will be similar to the midterm exam, and I will review the key concepts later in this video. So prepare to help you prepare for the final exam. And final exam format is exactly the same as what we did in the midterm exam. There will be, so my target is for total 40 points because the grading, the final exam takes 40% of the final grade. So I would like to make it 40 points. So then I decided to make it this way. There will be 12 easy questions and they will take 3 points each. And there will be one a little more difficult question and it will take 4 points. So, and in sum, you get 40 points as the maximum. And as before, you have to type your answers on MS Word or whatever word processor word processor you are using and submit by email. Same thing. And Stata is not included in the exam. And of course, but still you should be able to understand, read the outcome, the regression table. So I'm not going to ask you what is the stata command to implement something like that. So that's these kind of direct stata question is not included in the final exam. You just need to interpret the results and have some theoretical understanding. You may use, as in the midterm exam, you may use any material. Like you may use the textbook, note, and my slides or my videos. You may watch my videos, or you may use like Wikipedia or any materials on the internet or whatever you can get. But you have to find the materials by yourself and study it by yourself. You cannot get help from anyone. So no one can write your answer for you, but you just find, if you find a material online, that's fine. So because the point here is searching for specific information online is also an important skill, I think. So I think it's also reasonable to include your information searching skills as a part of the final exam, but I think it's unfair to include someone in your exam. So that's my policy, and the questions will be similar. If you remember, it's not that difficult. It will be pretty straightforward, and in most cases, if you do not understand the slides or the lecture videos, in fact, searching is pretty meaningless, I guess. That's how I try to make a question. So prepare, considering this. And grading, the final grading will take 3 components into account. Homework 30 points, midterm 30 points, final 40 points. So a total of 100. But as you know, there are only 7 homework assignments, and each homework is graded with 3-point scale. So the maximum point is 7 times 3, 21 points. And I'm going to convert the homework grades into 30 points by multiplying 30 over 21. So if you get 21 points, your final homework grade will be 30. But it's not simply sum and then amplify the homework grades at the end of the summation. And then finally and the midterm is already 30-point scale, so there is no scaling. Final exam will be also 40-point scaling, 40 points, so there will be no additional scaling. And then after that, I will use the standard grading schedule, like like 90 A to get A, you get 93 or higher, and A minus, or like 90 or above, B plus, 87 and above, da da da. So the standard scheme, and there will be no additional curve. No additional curve because I guess, and it's very likely that without curve, your grades will be on the upper side. So, uh, so if I curve, I have to lower your grade. Overall. So I'm not going to curve. This is for you. If you want curve, then someone needs to get C or D, but maybe after curve, someone like, and maybe 20% must get D. But in our course, there are 24, 25 students. So 20% of them is like 4 or 5 students. 4 or 5 students need to get D if I curve, but I'm not going to do that. I try to be as generous as possible. But there is no extra opportunity. Already, I was very generous. I will be very generous, and I know that this is generous enough to give you good grades. So there is no extra opportunity. Extra opportunity is also very complicated. I'm not going to do that, but if I decide to give you an extra opportunity, then I have to give it to everyone by the rule, of course. And the university asked me questions like, I need to do paperwork, whether I announce the extra opportunity in the class or other like things for fairness. And anyhow, I'm not going to give you any extra opportunity. And simply speaking, this is all. This is it. There is no extra opportunity. And obviously, I do not take your situation into account. I don't know if you're graduating or not. That is not a component of this course. So whether you graduate or what problems you had during the semester is not a part of the grade. That cannot be a part of the grading. So and every semester I get a lot of emails from students saying that they have very unfortunate situations, or they are very desperate for like say A or B. Well, of course, that's very sad. I'm very sorry to hear that, but my answer is always no. And usually I do not, my response is simple. No, I'm sorry, but that's not possible. Usually, sometimes I do not respond to that emails. So if you are desperate, start now or start studying now. And if you need better grade, study harder. That's all you can do. Uh, after that, other than that, I cannot do anything for you. So only this. And I'll be very generous. Simply, I will be very generous. So there is nothing I will do once the grade is submitted. Of course, you may ask questions about the exam questions, like what was the correct answer, or which part of your answer was wrong. I would be happy to answer to that, but like like is there any way to get 2 more points? No, the answer is no. Okay, and let me stop here. In the next slide, I will review chapter by chapter of the key concepts. Okay, see you later.